Good evening and welcome back to the shed. I apologise firstly for not doing any Beetle stuff. I've been full of horrendous man flu, and I've not even been up to putting any videos online, or I've not had the time. So apologies for that. The next one may be this one, but it'll probably be the finishing off of the plate, maybe the base plate on the floor pan. And yeah, so that'll be hopefully the next one after this one. I'm aiming for this one to be very, very short, because all I'm doing this evening, because I'm really hungry already and I'm just scomping through chocolate bars at a rate of knots, is fitting heated grips onto the fuel, onto the BMW, which hasn't got an oil leak anymore, by the way, and is running like a champion. And if you keep your eye on Ride magazine, we think we might have a little piece on high mileage motorbikes in Ride magazine, so that'll be cool. Yeah, so tonight we'll be just featuring heated grips on a motorcycle or on a BMW. Now, the bike came with heated grips, and BMW being BMW, do things differently. You know, they've got the funny left and right indicator buttons and all that sort of stuff. But everybody will tell you that you can't fit heated grips on a BMW that are normal heated grips because they just don't fit. I'm just going to tell you now that that's just cobblers. They do fit, they will fit, they are going to have been fit in the next sort of half an hour or so. I also got a massive alloy top box to fit, which is square, boxy, and it means I can put a lot more stuff in it, which is going to be loads better, to be honest, than the shiny sculpted BMW one. So stand by for some video silliness of fitting heated grips. It may be useful to somebody if you've got a BMW and yours have packed up like mine did. It is winter, it's pretty cold, and we're going camping in a few weeks' time. 12 days to be exact. Can't wait. So yeah, so stand by for fitting of heated grips. So this is the first one that I've fitted. As you can see, it's on. It took me 2 minutes to put this one on. It was just a matter of pulling off the old BMW grip, which was fitted on these pink rentals, as I said earlier on. So I'd already modified the handlebars to fit the BMW bars, which everybody told me wouldn't fit, which do. You just have to machine the 22mm bars down slightly to get the BMW controls on. You can see here amongst the, look there, told you I was hungry. This is what the original BMW handlebars. Again, apologies because it's just done the thing. There's the other one, the tune. Look a bit rude, don't they? But they're not. Yeah, they just need pulling off. Bit of WD-40 or a bit of GT85 in them gets them off. And this is the BMW one. What's under the rubber grip? Like I say, mine were butchered. You can just make out in the video there. You can see the wire that runs that way around the bars. And on BMW bars, it's really peculiar. There's no sort of, they don't attach. Excuse me. The cable for the heated grips isn't at this end like you'd expect. It's actually this end. If you can just find there, you can just see, focus camera, there you go. There they are, and they run obviously into the bars at the end and through the bars. But obviously I haven't got standard BMW bars on. I've got normal ones. Now the trouble you've got is obviously this here is going to be thicker than a normal handlebar because it's got the heating element already. So what I'm hoping I can do is sort of Stanley knife. I've already started there. Stanley knife this off, remove the wire, and possibly just flat this down slightly, the plastic you can see underneath there. Hopefully my Oxford grips, or Dr. Bike as they're called, patented for another company, will fit. Yeah, so I'll crack on with that now. I'm not going to video me Stanley knifing this off. It's fairly self-explanatory. You put a Stanley knife and dig it in until it cuts this, and then remove the paper. So we'll crack on. When I say crack on, I mean eat crunchy first. I haven't eaten since 11 o'clock, as per the norm. So I'm going to eat this first and then do that. Nom, 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 nom. So there you go. That literally took not much more than it took me to eat a crunchy. I mean, it was a fun size crunchy. So, but yeah. So there you go. It's off. And the only thing I can sort of see is it's maybe slightly thicker. The wire, if you cut through it quick enough with a Stanley knife, the wire comes off. With the paper that's holding it on, but do be careful because it is quite sharp. It's all there with the Stanley knife. So yeah, next thing is measure this with my micrometer. See how sort of thick this is, this bit here. I think the only thing stopping it's going to be these little. Let's see if I can get a picture on them. Sort of slightly, my finger is there, slightly raised profile. I'll see if I can shave this down and measure it, shave it down, and get the grip on. So, this is the inspirational music. Couldn't be any better, could it? All that to do there, literally, and this video, I'm videoing this sort of. I'm videoing this minutes after. I can't concentrate with this music on. It's killing me. I'm videoing this. I really can't concentrate with that playing in the back. I feel like I'm for a run. Anyway, all I've done there is take my angle grinder, which is conveniently down there on the floor from doing the Beetle, grind off the knobbles that were sort of on top of this, the little bumps I showed you earlier on, and pushed it on. I've sort of stopped halfway just to show you, because it really is going to go on as easy as that. So like I said, anybody that tells you normal heated grips won't fit a BMW is, frankly, talking out of the posterior. So yeah, let's push it on and get it wired. So there you go, I've pushed these on. It didn't take much effort at all. I've adjusted them, so although it looks a bit like it's sticking up, it returns fine. It's always been a bit sticky like that anyway, so that's no drama. The wiring looks a bit of a mess, but that's only because it was a mess before I started. This little light here is just the sort of emergency LED lights at the front. It comes on when the ignition's on, so I can't leave the heated grips on and flatten the battery. And it's, although it looks a little bit messy, the messy bit is only powering crappy little LEDs. And it's fused in the fuse box under there, and it's got its own fuse as well, so it's quite kosher. I've used chop blocks just because I'm feeling pretty lazy and it's cold in the garage. I'm running out of firewood. If anyone wants to drop me any firewood off, that'd be great. Yeah, so all I need to do now is sort of tidy up the wiring a little bit more and mount this control, which will go sort of probably there, and I can sort of reach and turn it on and off. So yeah, I'll crack on and hopefully be done with this bit soon. Okay, I'm not sure how much you can see, and now I understand that what it looks like I'm doing is heating up a hot glue stick with a blowtorch, and that's because I'm heating up a hot glue stick with a blowtorch. The reason being is the cheap second-hand greeted hips. I really am hungry. The second-hand heated grips came with the little control box, which is supposed to have a loop in the back for. I'll just scoot down this way, do the back of it. Supposed to have come with a loop in the back, so that you can sort of cable tie them discreetly to the handlebars. Unfortunately, both halves of this loop are broken off, which is probably why I managed to buy them for sort of £6 second hand. So for now, and when I say now, I mean almost permanently, I'm heating them. I'm heating up hot glue and hot gluing them back on. I put quite a lot of hot glue on, as you'll see now. But yeah, so that's the reasoning by the hot glue. It looks a little bit messy, but then it's got enough hot glue on it already, so a little bit more ain't going to make any difference. And I'm aware that I'm using this camera again on my phone. I'm not looking at the actual camera, which is there in the corner. It just seems a bit bizarre, or creepy now. So yeah, hopefully that should just about do it. So there you go. As I said before, for those that watched before, by the way, there was the finished glued on button. The crappy, super strong adhesive glue that I said I wasn't keen on didn't work, so I reverted to classic hot glue. Anyway, yeah, so again, hot glue. Yeah, I need to make a little bracket really, or a clamp or something to hold this in place, but for now it's on there. It's just for testing. I've mounted my phone cradle there, which ordinarily mounts onto the handlebars. Didn't take me long, obviously it's just bolted there. You can just about see it there, look, there you go. A little right angle bracket there, which is bolted to the fairing now. I've got literally sort of millimetres of clearance through the handlebars. The wiring looks a bit of a mess, but I mean it's functional, that's all I'm after really. And I've also fitted my handlebar muffs, handlebar shields, or hand guards. These are it here. Where's it gone? Put one down somewhere. I'll find it. Wait a second. Yeah, these are great. They're really cheap off eBay and Amazon. I think these are about £8 a pair. Oh, what a classic song! And they simply go like that. There. The drama you've got is obviously these Renthals are quite thick-walled, so they don't actually fit. The bolts that come with them don't sit in the end of the handlebars, which is a bit of a drama. So what I'm using instead is, if we just sweep across the garage, wherever I put them, excuse the mess, I am due a sort of tidy up. What I'm using is these. They're sort of wall roll bolts. They've got a sort of rounded head on. A lot of them are sharp and pointy. And all you do is put your hand guards on. Imagine the hand guards are on. You slide those inside the hand guards, tighten the screw up, and it opens up inside and holds them to the bars. Unfortunately, these are a little bit, as you can see, a bit loose in there. So what I use is a piece of this hose pipe. I'll just jangle the camera. These are a nice snug fit inside there. And once you start tightening them, they tighten up a treat. I won't video me doing this because my battery's down to 10%, but if you bear me a second, I can sort of show you the principle. So handguard goes on there, we just screw through it and it tightens up. Yeah, so there we go. That'll be next. If anybody wonders why people have handguards like this on a motorcycle, for me, the reasoning for this is twofold. Number one, they do a cracking job of keeping the wind off your little pinkies when you're riding. And secondly, most importantly, if you ride a BMW like this, is that the brakes are really sensitive, being servo adjusted. You don't have to pull them at all. If you've got muffs on and you go over 70 mile an hour, the muff tends to move back in the wind and catch the brake, and it puts the brake levers, puts the brakes on for you, which obviously it's not ideal when you're trying to go forwards. So there you go. I shall crack on and fit the other one. Although I may have just spotted a slight problem with where I've mounted my phone cradle, is that when I fit this, I'm going to lose all of my lock. So I may have to undo that and remove it. Sad times. So, there we go. It's I've got the hand guards on. There's a picture there. I made a mistake, as I suspected, as I was talking earlier on, which is why I started to mumble. By the time I put my hand muffs on, which keep my hands pinky warm in the winter, what's going to happen is that the hand guards are going to collide when I turn the bars with my phone, and I don't want to smash my £600 phone. Unfortunately, because I've got the heated grips on now, I'm sort of running out of dashboard space, so I might need to mount my phone cradle sort of on my tank bag somehow. I might have to hot glue it to the top or bolt it on, or basically I'll work around that anyway. But yeah, so my hand guards are on. So I'm all set for a lovely winter riding. Obviously we haven't had a great deal of winter this year, so I wasn't, I've not been too concerned, and obviously the beam has been off the road anyway, the Fura. So, but yeah, I'm going to go in. It's 9 o'clock. Like I said, hopefully this will be a short sort of 10-minute video. Tomorrow night I'm going to be back on the Beetle again. I don't really sure how much of that I'm going to actually video, because it's basically going to be me shouting at it and attacking it with a grinder. There won't be a great deal of productivity, but hopefully a few nights after that I'll be able to get back on and get the bottom plate fixed on. So yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe, usual stuff. Have a good evening. I have got chicken to eat, and I need to put this coat in the wash because it's expensive buffalo and it's filthy dirty, melted and covered in oil. Domestic chores, they can be fun. Cleaning the bathroom isn't that hard. Oh, fail. Oh no, fail.